can't see. Wait! Don't look! Damn it! Hold on. Let me turn on the music. But now! Oh, are we back? Yes, I think we are back. Yes, you couldn't see us for a second there, but now you can see us. The whole thing froze, but we're fine. We're fine. Hello, and welcome back to the Adam Sandler Podcast. We're a little late, but it's fine. A little scramble. That's this, but it's fine. We're used to this. And yeah, speaking of time, we're gonna travel because we were in a different time. We're gonna travel back in time to 1985 in this episode because we're gonna talk about arguably, no, let's not go there. We're gonna talk about The Wedding Singer. I was gonna say arguably his best movie, but no, I forgot about the movies we haven't watched yet. But yeah, we're gonna talk about The Wedding Singer, and of course, as always, my trusty co-host and friend, Christopher, is with me.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So, where do we start? Well, how do we start? What is your relation to the Wedding Singer?
So I saw this movie, as we've stated before, when I liked Adam Sandler back in the day.
Yeah.
This was one of the movies I saw, and I really liked it. I always held this in high regard as one of his best works.
Yeah.
I don't think I agree anymore.
Okay.
That's where I came from and where I am now.
All right. But is that in relation to the movies we've watched, or just in rewatching it and realizing, hey, he's done much better than this?
Oh no, in just not in relation to any of his movies, just in
general
relation to movies.
Oh, okay.
Generally. So, because I've always regarded this actually a good movie.
Yeah.
Just generally, not a good Adam Sandler movie, just a good movie.
Yeah.
I can't really say that anymore.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, kind of like with the Waterboy. Well, I should say I used to really like this before as well. Just like you, I thought this was like a good movie, and rewatching it now for the first time in years. I don't know when I saw it last. I think it's still a really good movie. I found myself like properly enjoying it, like I haven't done with any Adam Sandler movie for a long time. Except for for a long time, because all we've been watching is his older movies, and they have been. But I really enjoyed this one.
Well, I thought it was an okay movie. It wasn't bad. It was just very by the books, by the numbers.
Oh, sure.
It's very, very tropey, very no twists and turns. There was nothing significant at all. It was just kind of good craftsmanship. It was.
Yeah, it's a typical rom-com.
Yeah.
With the I was gonna say with a slight twist, but it's barely even that. It's a very, very standard rom-com. But most rom-coms, romantic comedies, they follow a very strict formula. And for the most part, I think that works for romantic comedies. There are lesser romantic comedies, but you can never really be too disappointed when you're watching a romantic comedy, because you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, but the thing that the great rom-coms,
sure.
like I don't even remember the names of them, but the Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan.
Well, yeah, You Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah.
Because those movies, that's great rom-coms, and that's because the strength in the acting and the characters, that you really feel and really care about the characters.
Yeah.
And the actors are really great at portraying these characters. Wedding Singer, not so much.
No, I wouldn't
It
put
doesn't really have that strength. And then we just fall back to the tropes and the painting by the numbers and
Yeah.
eh.
But let's before we talk too much about the movie, let's watch the trailer, and we'll get a little bit of a glimpse at why this stands out a little bit. I mean, yeah, most people know. We just said it. It's a genre. It's a timepiece, basically, a period movie. I mean.
Yeah.
But let's watch the trailer. Play.
Before the internet, before cell phones, before rollerblades, there was a time.
Everybody on the dance floor. Very nice, Grandma Molly.
When Robbie Hart was the most popular wedding singer around.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like a record, baby, right round, round, round.
Yeah, so
Hey, somebody get some
this is
Until he got
kind of what we
stood up
discussed
at his own
a little bit last week. That this, yeah, it takes place in 1985, but it's like you said, it's kind of caught in this. It's like a time capsule. It's always been 1985 in this world.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of a nervous breakdown?
Whoopity-doo.
Adam Sandler.
Because everything is 80s. Nothing is 70s or 60s or 50s.
Jinx the band
Yeah.
and they break up.
And Drew
I think I
Barrymore
said that off air, so
Oh, maybe you did. Yeah.
yeah.
Julia.
in a
Oh,
story
right.
about
Well.
finding love
Go,
where you
go.
least
Yeah.
expected.
Okay.
What? You like
That's enough of that. Because and then it's just they fall in love and there's gonna be some twists and turns, but in the end, spoilers. But all right,
Yeah.
that's enough.
So what I said off air
yes.
last time, it's interesting with this movie, and that stands strong as I remember it. It's interesting because this is not a movie that's set in the 80s. This movie is set in the 80s land, the dimension of 80s,
Yeah.
where everything has always been 80s. There is no one who is not 80s.
Yeah.
So just like the houses are, the inside of the houses are painted in colors that you only would paint in the 80s.
Yeah.
And
then,
yeah, it's everything is just
even all the old people look like 80s people.
yeah.
It's not like they're stuck in, when they were young in the in the 60s, they dressed like they were old in the 80s, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I think the only reference to some other decade than the 80s is the song that the old lady is singing at the 50th anniversary of her wedding.
Yeah, and
I
also
think she's singing a 60s song. That's
And
about
they also-
it, though.
they referenced Fonzie also.
Oh, right.
One
right.
point.
But
'Cause
what?
Happy Days is in the 80s, right?
Wait,
Or
wait,
is
wait.
it?
I gotta look, because I think that show, it ran from 74 to 84.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so it's basically 80s.
Basically 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
It
okay.
ended 1 year before the movie takes place.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just looked it up and I saw a picture of Henry Winkler and I thought, oh no, did he die? Well, no, it was just an interview. Oh, I got a little nervous. Anyway, right. So yeah, the movie is not really like a like we said, it's not like a it's not a movie that takes place in the 80s and has some retro stuff. It's literally a retro movie.
No.
Yeah, and that's I kind of like that because I used to love the 80s, everything about the 80s. I've kind of let go of that a little bit. I still like a lot of the 80s stuff, but it's not as much. But this movie was like huge when I first saw it. I was like, oh my god, the 80s, the colors, the music, the happy-go-lucky lifestyle, the excess, the trickle-down economics. Oh! But
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's because I mean, I don't even know what her name is. The love interest. What's her name? Julia.
Julia.
Julia Gulia.
Julia Gulia, yeah, she's gonna marry Glenn Gulia and become Mrs. Julia Gulia.
Because I mean, tell me one of her interests. What does she like to do in her free time? One thing.
I don't know really. She's not written to exist outside of this movie.
Yeah.
That's kind
And
of
Robbie Hart,
yeah,
what does he likes to do
same thing.
except his job?
He likes playing music, and that's why he
That's
works
his
as a wedding
job.
singer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are not deep characters. And what's Glenn's deal? Well, he likes Miami Vice and money and women.
Well,
So he's
I
the
mean,
bad guy.
That's yeah, and we know more about him than the main characters.
Yeah, actually, we
I
know
mean-
more of his interests than the other characters. Yeah. Same thing with Christine. I forgot her real name. The friend of Julia, Christine.
Oh, yeah.
Something. She's the town like flake.
Yeah.
She has nothing. Yeah, that's basically all the characters, but they are like this. The same way the movie feels kind of trapped in a 80s bubble. These characters are just they're just like these paper dolls made
Oh.
exactly for this movie.
Hang on.
Oh,
I didn't know this.
what?
Okay, so Christine, as you're saying, that's
Yes.
her real name.
Yes,
Christine Taylor.
Taylor. Yes.
Her character, apparently, Holly Sullivan, and Julia is Julia Sullivan. Apparently, they're sisters.
What?
Yeah, I didn't get that at all from the movie.
When they never mentioned that.
Nope.
I know I've seen this movie twice this week, and probably 10 times before that. I've never realized that. Okay.
Nope. But
All
apparently they're sisters.
Okay. Whatever.
Uh,
By the way, if you have the cast list up, we have
Yeah.
in the chat here 5,000 light years away said that's Pete Burns. I loved him. Rest in peace. Pete Burns. Did he play Glenn,
Pete Burns.
or is it a troll in the chat?
Oh,
Pete
there's
Burns.
no. Can't see any Pete Burns. No Pete Burns.
Wait. He's in The Wedding Singer soundtrack.
Oh, it's
Is
it's
it a-
it's an artist apparently.
Oh.
I guess. I figured.
Oh, that wrote "You Spin Me Round."
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Did you play that song in the beginning?
Yes, it was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was no.
Yeah.
The intro was the other song.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Yes. So I'm not saying this is. He was a musician who was the transvestite looking one. Oh, did he play the role of the keyboard player in the band as well?
Wow. That's,
98.
George.
Wedding singer. No, wait, actor.
No, that's
No, that's not the same person.
Alexis Arquette.
Yeah.
That's the.
Oh, anyway,
thing.
we sorted that out. Yes. So what I was saying was, I'm not saying it's like a great movie. I did say that. I should say that I enjoyed watching it, and I had a lot of fun watching. I was entertained. But yeah, the writing isn't great. It's a romantic comedy, and the characters are paper thin because it's a romantic comedy. They don't have to
Yeah.
you don't have to write complex characters to make a good romantic comedy or a passable romantic comedy. But I don't know. It's just
It's just a feeling.
yeah. Well, I get swept away with movies like this from time to time.
Yeah, I mean it's fair. It has good set designs,
Oh yeah.
and the soundtrack is great. I mean,
Yeah. And it
more
does-
than that, it's just that you get swept away by that. Just good set design and the great soundtrack. You can like anything.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just I don't watch a lot of romantic comedies because, like we said before, they are kind of formulaic and they get kind of boring. I've seen a few that I like. This is one of them. But another one that I really like is The Holiday with Kate
yeah.
Winslet and Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
It has the same effect. I mean, it's not really a great movie. That one is a better movie, like just in general.
Yeah, and it's not formulaic.
No,
either.
slightly, but not as formulaic.
I mean, it hits the beats, but it does a lot more but than a rom-com usually does.
Oh yes, definitely. But it has that same that same effect on me. That I just get caught up in all the emotions. And I didn't used to do that when I watched The Wedding Singer, but this time I was sitting like, oh my god! Even though I knew what was gonna happen, I was all giddy. I don't know, and I'm not exactly sure why. It's just that effect that if a rom-com works, it works really well.
No.
I don't know. It's just.
I mean, yeah, I still like the movie, but it's not as good as it's a great Adam Sandler movie, but it's not a great movie. That's
no, it's a fine movie.
It's an okay movie.
Fine, okay.
I gotta say one thing that's I think is really interesting. Adam Sandler is not a great singer.
Well, no,
but he's great at pretending to be a great singer.
And I was wondering about that because it's him singing all the time in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think he's fine.
I think it's just he's just pretending to do it good. He puts on a singer voice. He does the movements correct. He does the like. But if you I don't think he like hits the tones that great, but he does, or the notes. But he does make his voice go up and down in a good way. I don't know. I can't explain it.
No, I know. I see what you mean, especially in the clip we're gonna watch in a second, talking about him singing. And in the last song, I Want to Grow Old with You. But in the opening scene when he sings "You Spin Me Round," I think he sings that pretty well, except for the moments when he like adds a little bit of Sandler into it. His because you do hear his like proper singing voice a few times, and it's fine, you know. And I think that's also part of why I like this movie more than his other movies, because he is primarily a musical comedian. He's one of those comedians that has a guitar on stage.
Oh yeah.
And that's his forte. His jokes are okay, but his funny songs are like that's what he's known for, and that's the best bits in his what was repartee. So him playing a singer is just perfect. But let's watch one of the more, I don't know, famous or infamous clips or scenes from the movie. See if I can line it up here. There. Nope. There. And play. This is also probably one of the funnier scenes in the movie.
I mean, I don't know if this is it's in the clip, but I mean the end is the best part.
I don't know. I don't know if it's in the. Oh no! Yeah, it's not in this one. Well, you know what? Well, I'll look that up later. Yeah. John Lovitz.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, this is one of the few scenes where he's acting like a classic Sandler character, also.
No.
Because he's very toned down in this movie.
Yeah.
There's a couple
I think
ones.
and I always said that Adam Sandler is great at characters that are toned down most of the time, and then has outbursts.
Yeah.
And that's when he is great.
That's why Billy Madison doesn't work, because he's always on 11.
Exactly. And that's why, for example, Reign Over Me works so great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come to that movie later, but
Yeah. Right.
Oh, somebody kill me, please! Somebody kill me, please! On my knees! Pretty, please! Kill me!
oh,
That's part of it.
yeah.
Put a bullet in my head!
Ow.
Yeah.
Too bad. But I'll look that up. But yeah. That's not his best singing in the movie, but it's on par with how he sings in the movie. And that, like we said, that is part of what makes this movie
No.
a good one, I think, because he gets to do what he's good at, make funny songs or good songs. I Want to Grow Old You is like legitimately good, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember I actually had it on a like mixtape. We didn't make mixtapes. We made mixed CDs. I had that on a mixed CD. I think this was on as well. There's Somebody Kill Me. I think I had watched the movie at your place actually.
Yeah.
And that's
Makes
why
sense.
I downloaded the songs. Yeah. I bought the songs legally, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Of course. But yeah, well, now I got thrown off. Yeah, so it's those parts and the fact that they, instead of making this an Adam Sandler movie, they are following the romantic comedy formula and, just
Yes.
inserting a little bit of Adam Sandler in there. Like, once again, we have his friends are in the movie. Alan Covert has a big part this time in the movie.
For once.
Yeah, for once. Plays his best friend, whom I can't remember the name of, but it's the
Sammy.
Sammy, right? The Fonzie character, the limo driver.
Yeah.
And in one scene in the beginning, sporting a very long, luscious mane, we have Peter Dante back.
Yeah.
And of course, a new entry into the mainstay, the roster, the Adam Sandler roster is John Lovitz, who is going to appear next week again in Little Nicky.
Yeah.
And
we also had
some more.
Kevin Nealon.
Oh right, yeah, he plays
As the bank
manager
guy.
or something, yeah. And
I
there
think
was
that's it. Or is there anyone more?
oh, Steve Buscemi. He isn't like a
Oh, right.
super regular, but this is his second
Yeah.
time in a Sandler movie. He was in Billy Madison in a very small
Yeah.
role. Here's
Yeah.
also a very small one. But speaking of good performances, like he plays that character, if a little goofy, he plays it very straight. I think, like
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was I think the best acting in the movie.
yeah.
I think.
Steve Buscemi he's a class act. He's a great actor.
Yeah, just tell him to do anything and he'll do it and he'll do it great.
Yeah.
Serial killer in Con Air, a drunk best man at the wedding and wedding singer. He can do it all, man.
Homeless guy in is it Mr. Deeds? No, it's Big Daddy.
Yeah, but he's in Mr. Deeds 2.
Oh right.
He's Crazy Eyes or Mad Eyes or whatever he's called.
Yeah. So so he's kind of, and he's going to be in movies later on. I know he's in Ridiculous Six and some other movie I don't remember. So yeah, well we got to add him to the roster. We should make some sort of
Do you have a roster?
No, I should make one, and I like have.
We should do like an Adam Sandler regulars bingo.
Yeah, yeah, or like tally up, like Peter Dante, 3 movies, 4 movies. Yeah, something.
No.
I'm gonna work on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I gotta say also, because I mentioned I Want to Grow Old with You, the last song of the movie. I gotta say, this never happened before, but it was because I was so swept up in the movie this time. I got a little teary-eyed in the end there.
Really?
Yeah. It just worked for me. I don't know.
Huh?
I'm older. I've experienced heartbreak maybe since the last time I saw this, because it was a while since I saw it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It just worked for me. The whole movie worked for me.
Well,
I was trying to, like, especially now the second time I watched it, I was like, is there something offensive in this movie? Anything, because every other movie has at least one offensive scene. Did you notice anything?
well, no, not really. There was some offensive things, but those things were meant to be offensive. Like Glenn was kind of offensive, but that was like
Oh yeah,
part of the movie.
he's the bad guy.
So-
He's a douchebag.
Yeah, so it wasn't really anything like that. It was more. No, I can't say. There was a few times, like maybe in the beginning, but it's stretched where the sister apparently
Yeah.
when they were working at the first wedding in the beginning of the movie,
Right.
and they were
Yeah.
and when they were talking with the cook, and he was like, he doesn't respect me. Well, I showed him my tits, and he's been great ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still kind of a stretch if that's offensive. I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe.
Maybe. Plus, that's not a defense of it, but it was the 80s. It was a very different time.
Yeah, and
Um,
well, the movie was made in the 90s.
well, yeah, but it's supposed to reflect the 80s.
Yeah.
And
But I mean, yeah, it's not as offensive as other things we've seen
no.
so far.
They-
But also,
they
Adam
even-
Sandler didn't write or direct this one, so
No, that's true. But I gotta say, the guy who wrote it, Tim Hurley, I think his name is.
Yeah.
I know Hurley is his last name. He is the writing partner of Adam Sandler. He
all right.
co-wrote Happy Gilmore and at least one other movie we watched before. I don't remember which one. I think it was Billy Madison.
Okay, so he was co-writer of Billy Madison,
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, The Waterboy,
Okay.
Big Daddy, Little Nicky,
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Deeds, Grown Ups 2, Pixel, and Ridiculous 6. So
Okay, outside of that, has he written anything that isn't an Adam Sandler movie?
he wrote the Bad Boys of Saturday Night Live TV special documentary.
Oh. Well,
He made a
that's
lot of
Sandler
he,
thing. Yeah, I've seen that
he
thing.
has written a lot of Saturday Night Live, the best
Oh,
of
okay.
things.
Well, I think that's because like his skits were in it.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are like
yeah.
compilation videos. I've seen
Oh,
that one, The
that-
Bad Boys of SNL. I've seen that one.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sense. And then he has a movie coming out soon. It's in post production. Hobby Halloween,
Okay.
whatever that is.
We'll keep a lookout for that one.
Okay, it's written by Adam Sandler, and
Ah.
the main character is Adam Sandler. So
Okay. Well, yeah.
fair enough.
Well, speaking of that, let's just quickly talk about the future in this time traveling episode.
Hmm?
Did you hear that Adam Sandler he made a contract with Netflix a few years ago to make like
yeah?
6 movies. I think he was supposed to star in 6 movies, and maybe some just that he produced. That's when he made Ridiculous 6, Sandy Wexler, The Do-Over, and all those movies that we're gonna watch later.
Yeah.
But he just got renewed that contract and is going to make 4 more Netflix movies in the coming
4
years.
more?
4 more.
Jeez. So
Peop-
Netflix
people are
has,
really
has
watching.
bought 10 movies from Adam Sandler.
Yup. So
Why would you do that?
we're gonna have to do a I don't know when they're coming out. There's no date. They're probably gonna start like next year or something. But we're gonna have to do a follow up then. Just talking about it, and I'm sure all of them are written by Tim Hurley.
Yeah.
But yeah, but so Adam Sandler wasn't involved in writing this, I guess, according
No.
to the internet.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe that's why the characters are more toned down and it has more of a typical movie formula. I don't know.
Yeah. And the director he has made a lot of Adam Sandler. but
Yeah,
not
Frank
only.
Karachi. He
Yeah,
made one.
mostly Adam Sandler.
He made Waterboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And Click and Zookeeper,
Ooh,
Ridiculous 6.
ugh,
Yeah, so.
yeah. Right. So it is a quintessential Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
but it's
apparently. I
not
didn't
really
think
an
it
Adam
was,
Sandler movie.
because it doesn't feel like an Adam Sandler movie.
No, you're right. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's much better. Once again, it's kind of this this trajectory that the movies have had that we've watched. That it feels like he's getting more and more mature, both his characters and him as a writer / actor.
Yeah.
I mean, incremental steps here, baby steps.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, like, compare this to Going Overboard or Billy Madison. It's completely different
Yeah.
in style and tone.
I think it's somewhere around. I think we said that last week or the week before. I don't even remember anymore. That he's started to get a taste of actually acting.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
I think Bulletproof was the first part when he tried it out, and then this one he's actually, because here he has all his friends, the writer and director, and everyone he knows,
yeah.
and he's like, let's make a movie where I can try to act,
Yeah.
actually act.
And I think it works. I mean, he's not great.
I mean, he's the worst actor in the movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to think here. You're probably right.
nah.
um. Oh, I found. We'll just quickly go back to the talking about John Lovitz. I
Mhm.
found a clip of just that scene that we're talking about.
Ah,
So let me just put it up in the feed. There we go. Let's just watch that because that's also one of the funnier scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
I said this to Christopher before we started streaming. Like, I could have literally picked out like 10, 15 scenes or clips from the movie, but it's like, no, we're gonna calm down and we're gonna have a couple.
Yeah.
But this one, I gotta add this one. I don't know if the quality's gonna stink, but I just found it right now. So let me see. There we go. And this is right after he sang the song where he wanted someone to kill him, shoot him in the head because he's so sad. And we didn't say that. John Lovitz plays a rivaling wedding singer who's now getting a lot more gigs since Adam Sandler quit as a wedding singer because of his botched wedding. So this is him realizing what's going on.
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, it's so good. What? That's another actor like we talked about in Billy Madison. Oh no, what's his name? The best part in Billy Madison is the guy, the bus driver. What's his name?
The bus driver.
The bus driver, the screaming guy in Billy Madison.
Oh, Farley.
Chris Farley. Thank you.
Chris Farley. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I was thinking there was no bus driver in this movie. What are you talking about? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Lovitz is kind of the same thing here. Like, he's only in two scenes, but he's one of the funniest characters in the movie. And that scene really does it the way he says it. He's losing his mind. And then his eyes just go, because he realizes he's going to make money. I'm reaping the reward. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where were we? That's the last clip I have queued up. And it's the scene up until that point in the movie. I was like, yeah, this is fun, just as like I remembered it. It's a fun movie, but this scene was when I was like, oh, I felt something, and after that I was fully into the movie. I don't know what it was. I mean, it's not even. The scene is kind of cheesy. And the music is, it's kind of emotionally manipulative, like in the scene, but in a good way, not like ugh. At least not for me. But the scene just worked.
The only thing I would want to see more in this movie that I felt, because I felt the movie went kind of fast, not time wise, but like story wise, it was really, the tempo was really fast. Because it was like, he's the wedding singer. He's great at it. His wedding didn't happen. He's sad. He quits wedding singing. Now it's this. Now it's this. Now it's this. I would have wanted it a little longer, this mental breakdown of his, where he does other things than being a wedding singer. But it's like we just drop that. Because he's not a wedding singer anymore. He does one bar mitzvah show. And then he says there's only four Jewish families in the city. So I don't know how I'm gonna make this work. And then we never revisit his career ever again.
No.
And I would like see a little more from his perspective. Like, what is he gonna do now? What's his plans? What is, like, more of that?
Yeah, there are hints at it. First, when he realizes that Julia is only marrying Glenn for his money, or, well, she doesn't want to admit that, but that's why we realize that in the movie. He does go and try to apply for a job at the bank.
Yeah, but that has
no, that's more of a
anything to do with
joke. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with him not having a job. That's just because he wants the girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he mentions wanting to like his real passion is writing music and being
Yeah.
a songwriter, not like an artist, but write songs for other artists. And there is this scene that's connected with the bank scene, where Julia has written up like personalized sheet paper for him.
Yeah.
To like help him, achieve his goals, or go for the dream.
Yeah.
So I guess that's part of it. But yeah, the movie is very focused on the whole wedding thing, the wedding between Glenn and Julia,
Yeah.
and
So
Robbie
I would-
realizing he's in love with her.
So I would have rather have more of that. Let us see him actually trying to write music. That
Right.
would have been that I would have wanted more of that, and a little less of, I don't know, about the wedding part, because we don't care and we know it's not going to happen. So
Yeah,
why are we spending so much time on it?
but it is the rom-com thing. Like at the moment, all they're focused on is love. I don't know. There's a movie. I don't remember what it's called. It's Simon Pegg and whatever her name is. And that's it's a rom-com that takes place over like 24 hours, but it has all the story beats of a romantic comedy. So they have
okay.
the meet cute, they fall in love, they fall out of love, then he runs after her before she gets together with her first guy, all in 24 or even less than 24 hours, like an evening. So it's it can feel a little rushed, but it's because they have to like fit all the things in for a romantic comedy. And another thing, we got sidetracked from the clip. We'll do the clip later. Another thing, though, I gotta say that I appreciate about the movie, appreciate it for being in a Adam Sandler movie, is that the movie isn't solely focused on Adam Sandler's character, Robbie Hart. This is actually a movie about two people. It's about Julia and Robbie. More about Robbie, but she has scenes of her own. Scenes with other characters that he isn't in. That's nowhere in any other Adam Sandler movie up until right now, at least. It's always been, it's about Adam Sandler and all the characters are surrounding him. Here we have two stories, basically. And I thought, that's progress.
Yeah.
It's not like great, once again, it's not great writing, but it's something. It's something. And I appreciated that. I might be getting a little like damaged from watching all this Adam Sandler movies. So I was like, this movie tried just a little bit, and therefore it's great. That might be it, a little bit.
Lowering the expectations.
Oh yeah, they've been lowered
too much.
yeah. Next week
I
I'm
was
gonna
feeling
say,
that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I was feeling that. Which movie? I think already at Bulletproof. I was like,
Yeah.
this shit. Whoa,
Yeah, I
hey.
remember you were like, this was actually pretty good. I was like, what the did we watch the same movie? I wasn't there yet. Now I am.
Now you know how it feels.
Yeah. No, but I did appreciate it. I remember like actually taking like a mental note, like, oh look, there's a scene in an Adam Sandler movie that Adam Sandler isn't in. It's other characters talking about other things. Okay.
Yeah.
It's even scenes between two ladies. It almost passes the Bechdel test. Not quite. But almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say, I like a lot of the side characters were actually quite funny in this one. Like the friend Alan Covert, he's
great.
he was funny in this one.
He got a little bit of character development, a little bit.
Yeah, I got his like almost his own scenes.
Yeah,
Almost.
almost.
So I mean,
Yeah.
and I think the Glenn character or the actor,
Yeah, he's good at playing a bad
you could
guy.
see he was having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
With that character.
That's a trivia, by the way. What's his name? Peter McDonald, the guy that played the bad guy, Shooter McGavin, in Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah.
They were actually talking about having him play Glenn at first, but I was like, nah, he's a little too old for that role.
Yeah.
But and then he would have almost become a Adam Sandler regular. I don't think we'll see him again, but at least he would have been in 2 movies.
And also, we broke the streak with the double V love interests.
All right, Julia Gulia, right? That's true.
Julia Sullivan.
Julia Sullivan, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Julia Hart. She doesn't.
Hart.
That's
Oh,
not,
right, all right.
Robbie
Yeah,
Hart.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
she
Yeah.
when she fantasizes in front of the mirror. Yeah, when
Yeah.
she realizes her
So-
name is gonna be Julia Gulia, starts
So
crying.
I'm a little disappointed because that would have been a fun trivia if every
Oh,
love
yeah.
interest was called with double V initials. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But no.
Nope. Maybe it'll come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't do the research if there was a Veronica or Vanessa in Adam Sandler's life before the movies. I gotta do
yeah.
that. I gotta make a note of that. Because there has to be something. It's not just a coincidence. It was every movie.
It could also be like one of those things where it's like, it's easy to remember.
Yeah, or an Easter egg. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's that clever, but
I
maybe.
mean, that's the Stan Lee thing.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. But let's watch the clip. The clip I queued up here. Because once again, it was the scene. It was like, I got the feels the first time in the movie.
Mhm.
There. Oops. There. And you got it queued up. Yep. And play. So
Not me.
yeah.
Hey, how about on him? You don't mind, do you? Come on, just hold still. Julia, go ahead. Come on, we're all adults here. I'm gonna have to see it if I'm gonna make an educated decision.
Well, if it's for educational purposes.
Good, okay. All right, you ready? I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
The music. God damn that music! I hate when music does that, but it just works.
Hooked. You're hooked.
Oh! I got shivers in a good way.
Also, do you hear
Oh yeah,
the music?
It's,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the song he sings later. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a precursor. Like that's when he
Setup.
he started writing the song already there. That's why it's an amazing anthem of love. It's beautiful. Why don't you like this? Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just I literally when I watched it this Sunday I was like, oh, when I saw that scene. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm a little I couldn't call it biased, but anyway, yeah, it got to me. Definitely, like
Yeah.
it hadn't before. So I would say so far this is probably the best Adam Sandler movie we watched, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's the best one. It's the best Adam Sandler movie. It's not good, but it's the best so far.
Yeah. All right.
But not by much. I don't remember. What is the scores? I don't even remember. What have we put up?
I can actually bring it up here. I got it all queued up, I think. Let's see.
Mm.
Where is it? There it is. Leaderboard. Nope. There it is. So far. So we both know. Overboard, yeah. 0 from you, 1 from me.
Yeah.
Billy Madison, 15 from you, 5 from me. Bulletproof, 38, 29. Happy Gilmore, 55, 47. And Waterboy, you gave 46, and I gave it a 50.
Yeah.
So let's say the score now. What would you score this out of 100?
I would give it a 58.
A 58. Oh, that's too big. 58. Okay. Well, okay. Cause I was gonna say something similar, actually.
Oh.
Which is kind of strange because it felt like our opinions were quite different.
Yeah, but you're a lot harsher with points than I am, or scores.
That's
Usually.
true. Yeah.
So, because as I said, this is the best one so far, and then but it's not, but it's only like a few points over. What was it? Happy Gilmore, right?
Yeah, 55. So give this
Yeah,
three
so
more
it's
points.
3 more points, so it's not much really.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was gonna give it somewhere in the same. Yeah, probably. I'll give it a. I'll give it a. I didn't want to give it a 60. I'll give it a 60. It's a 60 out of 100 for me.
Huh?
And it's kind of uneven, but that's fine. So this is like in the territory of actually passable movies for me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
on a 10 scale or 100 scale, like anything 50 and up is like fine. Like a movie that's 5 out of 10 or 50 out of 100, that's like, it's okay. It's watchable.
It's like I said early on. I always with Adam Sandler at least. I think like if I had a movie night with some friends, a friend brings this movie, would I ask them why or would I let it go?
Yeah.
Everything above 50, yeah, sure, put it on. Everything lower than 50, it's like, come on, let's explain. Why do you want to watch this movie? So yeah, that's fine.
And make the movie night very awkward. Explain yourself.
Yeah.
No,
I take them to another room. Come on, let's talk.
I gotta talk to you. Why? Why are you doing this? You're embarrassing.
Why did you bring going overboard? What was going through your mind?
Are you
Do
having
you want to leave?
Are you having a rough day? Is there something wrong? Do you want to sit down? No, yeah. I'm the same way, but I know there's a lot of people. There's some people. One in particular, a friend of mine, Robin. You know Robin. Like, if he watches like a review of a movie or a video game and he gets like a 6.5, he's like, then it's probably not good. But it's better than like half good, so it's on the plus side of the scale. So I was, because some people say like 7 out of 10, then it's just fine. But 7 out of 10, I would say is like pretty good.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah. So for me, 6 out of 10 or 60 out of 100, it's fine. That's
So,
fine with a happy disposition instead of 50, which is fine.
Yeah. So another thing I want to enter now, when we're still kind of in the early stages of this Adam Sandler podcast.
Yes.
Could we? Because if you look at the IMDb score,
all right,
they can be converted to 100 scale because they use point system.
Oh,
could we put in the IMDb score for every movie besides our score to see if we are above or below the IMDb score?
Sure, I could.
Is that possible?
I could work that in somehow, I think.
Yeah. Because just to see if the people agree with our scoring.
if we are merely peasants, or if we're a little bit above those.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this instance, we're it's 6.8, so 68.
All right. Yeah. 68.
So it's kind of close.
It's kind of close.
It's the same ballpark.
Yeah. And it got a 59 Metascore, so it even got kind of good reviews. Once again, kind of good.
Yeah, but it's like I've said to a lot of people when talking about this podcast, it's like people always say, Happy Gilmore is a good movie. Wedding Singer is a good movie. And I always say, yeah, but when did you see it last?
Yeah.
How old were you? Because I think this movie, a lot of people who say they like it, they haven't seen it in a couple of years.
Probably not. And even if they have, like, these 90s movies, they are the good ones. It's the 2000s movies that we're going to have a problem with.
No.
And the 2010
starting
movies.
next week, right?
Yeah, 99 or 2000. And yeah, it's a sign of what's to come. Especially little Nicky. Oof.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that though. Who knows? My bar has been lowered, so I might just, hey, it's actually pretty funny. And I like heavy metal, so yeah.
Yeah, and that's when we cancel this podcast.
Yeah. Before I get canceled.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was looking at the Metascore, the professional reviews. It got an 8 out of 10 was the highest. 8 out of 10. That's like a good movie.
Yeah.
From Variety. They say it doesn't say who wrote it, but director Frank Coraci and scripter Tim Hurley work in concert to maintain a quality of farce rooted in human comedy. And I guess they're right, but I wouldn't say that's enough to give it 8 out of 10. I don't know.
So, just some statistics.
Yes.
This movie was made in 1998.
Yes.
The same year as The Waterboy. So
Yes.
this movie and last week's movie is the same year.
Yeah, like Happy Gilmore and Bulletproof.
Yes, exactly. Next week we're gonna see, or is it too early to reveal what we're gonna see?
No, I got. We're kind of wrapping up here. We're closing in on an hour, and there's not really much more to say about the movie itself.
So next week it's a big one. It's the worst week of this entire show.
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna see 3 movies. We're gonna review 3 movies next week. It's it's Big Daddy from '99.
Yeah.
And '99 he only did Big Daddy.
Okay.
And then at 2000 he did Little Nicky, which we're also gonna review next week.
Yes.
And then there's 2 years he didn't make a movie.
What?
Yeah, there's a combo breaker here. And so 2002 he makes Mr. Deeds, which is
So his comeback, because I know, just to get into a little bit of it, I know Little Nicky was kind of the first like big box office bomb for him. It didn't do well, and it was like hated. And his comeback,
he made I think Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, because Waterboy was forgotten. Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, and Big Daddy. That was like his big, like he exploded with those 3 movies.
Yeah, and I know the Wedding Singer on a $40 million budget, it made like over 150 million worldwide, which is huge for comedy at that time.
So Little Nicky was more or less his like carte blanche movie where he can do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And he made Little Nicky.
Oh God.
And then he has like 2 years with nothing.
And
I don't know why.
Yeah, probably because Little Nicky didn't do too well, so he wanted to make a comeback maybe.
Yeah.
And
then he comes back with
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds, which is a remake, so it's kind of safe.
True. That's true. Yeah, but we'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, that's it. Let's bring up the leaderboard again just to see it. Right, 58 out of 100 for you, 60 out of 100. So, I had a point with this. Nope, nothing. No, both of us have gradually given the movies a higher and higher score. Sarah 15, 38, 55, 46, 58. Yeah. No, wait. You gave Waterboy
Waterboy
Happy
was a
Gilmore.
dip.
Right. That was a dip. Right.
Yeah.
But I have each time given it a higher score. Yes.
Yeah.
That is. I'm gonna break that streak as well with Little Nicky. I already know that.
And we'll see next week if it's going to be a longer episode, because it maybe it needs to be.
It may be, because it's 3 movies. So
it's not much to say about them, but
no, but I will probably push it a little bit past an hour. I think so. We're gonna try to stick to an hour, but maybe.
Yeah. But
that's about it for The Wedding Singer. I think. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I like I said, it just got to me, and I really really enjoyed it. And no, that's it.
Okay.
I was gonna mention something about something, but and I realized we hadn't talked about it before, so I wasn't recalling to anything we talked about before. So let's just forget about it. Anyway.
Okay.
No, it was about the song I played in the intro, because you can't hear the intro, but it was it's the song from Robbie's Wedding. It's the string quartet version of Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I wanted to mention that, but anyway, there it is. It's playing right now as well. But yeah, thank you for watching. We actually had not a record, but we had 5 people in here watching at one point. Hey, That's not
Yeah.
often, not in the live streams.
Moving on up.
Yes, hell yeah. And there's still someone watching. There's 2 in here. I think one of them is me. But there's someone in here. So thank you for watching. And thank you to 5,000 light years away for commenting and watching, of course. And to everyone watching this in the archive version, thank you very much. And yeah, if you have the mental stamina to keep up with us, we're watching Big Daddy, Little Nicky, and Mr. Deeds for next week. So I'm not blaming you if you don't. But that's what we're talking about next week. But until then, thank you and have a good one. Bye.
Bye.